slump when the PGA Tour restarted back in May. He was not playing to the Sungjae standards that we had seen from him before the COVID-19 break, but a T9 last week at the Wyndham Championship, starting to play much better golf right now. And if you guys haven't noticed, Matt Kuchar has not been the same Mr. Consistency that we've seen from Matt Kuchar over the last 10 or 15 years. Really been struggling a little bit lately, just sort of nothing great, just sort of not really getting himself on the leaderboard. I don't think it's a great course for him. So at minus 112, I love Sungjae Im in that matchup this week. Peter, do you like that? And who are you going with?
Well, I love that. Sungjae is one of the guys we talked about in the podcast. Saw a lot of life out of him. A great Sunday round, and he's too good to stay, kind of in that slump. Another really, really good iron player, great ball striker, and you're never going to doubt that Sungjae's going to grind it out for you. The guy plays as much golf as anyone in the world, so love that pick. And I agree with you, Jason. You mentioned how you normally don't bet two guys at the top of the board, two of the best players in the world in the matchup. I normally, kind of in the same boat. I seldom find value betting superstar versus superstar. However, this week was really confusing to me, especially with the opening odds. Bryson was the favorite in the outright markets, and yes, Bryson was also a favorite versus everyone in matchups. I think Rory's the best pick this week. He's the number one play in my model. I think he is easily the top guy you want in matchups. I'm getting plus money versus Bryson. I'm hammering Rory plus 110 over Bryson. That has moved, which is confirmation that I think it's a sharp bet, but I have a lot of conviction in Rory over Bryson this week.
Yeah, I've done the exact same thing. I do like Rory, and I kind of broke my own cardinal rule where I did bet some of those guys just because I did like the price on them this week. So let's get to, I say it every week, I'm not supposed to play favorites. Don't tell the other segments I said this, guys. My favorite segment of the show here at the Gimme. Our ultimate DFS lineup, as Peter and I do in our podcast every week on the Action Network. And we do it within our golf bet content. For every tournament, we pick our own DraftKings lineup, going through and taking 6 players. And Amanda, somehow you have won the coin toss like 6 or 7 weeks in a row now, which is ridiculous. Yeah. But you have got the first pick once again. I don't know why.
My rally cap on. Well, obviously, I'm gonna go with Xander. Egg's gonna give it to you. I don't know. Like I said earlier, he's been playing really well. I know he's gonna win soon. I'm sweet and short there. I'm all Xander right now.
Love it. I'm all in on Xander this week as well. 9,700 on DraftKings. I think that's a nice prize, Peter.
Yeah, I'm also really heavy on Xander this week. He's amazing off the tee, consistently top 5, top 10 off the tee, great approach. Another player just really doesn't have a weakness and is much better. I think the perception's picked up on him, but I still think he's one of those guys that people aren't talking enough about. So I love that pick with 9,700. And I'll spend some money too with Jason Day and just steal it from you, Sobel. I'm not going to go into analysis on it, but I love Jason Day. I think he's right there as a top 6 or 7 player in the world again. And I expect to see him at the Tour Championship, and I'm sure we'll talk more about him on this segment.
All right. Well, I guess I got to look somewhere else then. I can't get Jason Day. I'll go a little bit deeper. I will go with Tony Finau. And I mentioned earlier, look, we all know Finau has trouble closing out golf tournaments. We all know the curse of Puerto Rico, where he won that alternate field event back in 2016, and nobody who's won that event has gone on to win afterwards. And at some point, he's got to break the string. He's just that good. But I still love him, and I especially love him on this golf course for top 5s, top 10s, and absolutely in DFS lineups at 8,800. We've got Schauffele, Day, and Finau, which is a really nice start. Now we've got to get the lower price guys to go with them. Amanda, where are you going with the next one?
I really like Brendan Todd. He's played pretty well during this whole COVID swing. I mean, he's kind of been a little up and down, but his downs haven't been really low. He's just not finishing, top 10 or top 20. But I like Brendan Todd, and I'm going with him this week.
Are we allowed to say we don't like that, Peter?
Brendan Todd's been playing amazing, but it's a tougher course for him than I like him more on an accuracy course.
Not the course. Yeah,
he's a grown man. He'll put his grown man on and do it.
All right. Look, I love all your other picks so far, man. And you took Xander first, which is right up my alley. I'm not so sure I'm sold on Brendan Todd, Peter.
Yeah, we're all on Xander. I like Brendan Todd a lot in general. I think there's probably better courses, but even though he's not long off the tee, he finds a ton of fairways. And it's easy to hit from the fairway relative to the rough. And that's what I'm hoping with my pick with Abraham Answer, who's been putting on a ball striking clinic during the COVID swing. Trending a little bit down, but we're getting a really nice price tag here. And really what's hurt him is the putter. I'm always banking on putting regression. So Abraham Answer, 7,700. He has been elite tee to green during the COVID swing, and I hope that shows up this week.
I love that you just mentioned COVID swing again. By the way, everyone thinks Abraham Answer is kind of a short hitter because he's a short guy. He's not a big dude. He can move it out there, though. He is not he's not short off the tee by any means. So you guys have left me 7,000 to work with here at the bottom of the lineup. I'm seeing Dylan Fratelli. I like him. He is kind of getting into shape. Jason Kokrak played well last week. And we talk about big hitters on this golf course. I like Jason Kokrak. But I'm going with a guy. I got a little certain extra knowledge over my shoulder. I'm feeling some energy coming from the back of the wall. A sign from somewhere. There it is. Brendan Steele. I'm going with that guy this week. Tee to green again, a guy that's been really, really strong for the last few months. He's still undervalued, still underrated, but he's been playing really well. This course should match up for his game very nicely at 6,800. We're leaving money on the table, Peter. I know you like that.
Yeah, and that's, you named two guys that I really like, but Brendan Steele, a friend of Action Network, and always rooting for Steely. So I don't blame you for going with him at 6,800, and I love our squad here.
Xander Schauffele, Jason Day, Tony Finau, Brendan Todd, Abraham Answer, Brendan Steele. Cash this ticket right here. We'll share it with all you guys. You guys all put it in. We'll all share. What is it? Not $1 million, $500,000 this week? Okay, well, there's, okay, we'll get a little piece.
We'll take
of it. Yeah, we have so many viewers that's like $8 for each of us, but that's all right. It'll be okay. Let's get to the next segment because we've got a bonus segment this week, guys. The FedEx Cup is not only starting tomorrow, but you can wager on it. Oh, hey, look at that. And if you look at the top 4 on the points list, well, Justin Thomas is number 1 on the list and number 1 on the odds makers board to win the entire FedEx Cup. He is 3-1. Colin Morikawa, number 2 on the list, he's 6-1. Webb Simpson, number 3, is 12-1. And Bryson DeChambeau, he is 9-2 or 4.5-1 if you so choose. I don't like doing fractions either. So let's take a look at people just a little bit outside of that list. I'll go first. I'm looking not too far outside. We've talked so much Rory McIlroy. Peter, I know you really like him this week. He tends to step up for the playoff events. He's won 2 of them already, the only guy besides Tiger to have multiple FedEx Cup titles. He comes in 8th on the list. He's 12-1. I want to smash that number. Amanda, where are you going?
Where do you think I'm going with this, Jason? You know where I'm going with this.
I don't know where you're going. Brendan
Todd. I'm going Webb Simpson. No, I like Webb Simpson. I think he is he's the kind of guy that wins a FedEx Cup. You got a Billy Horschel that wins a FedEx Cup. You got a Henrik Stenson. You got a Jim Furyk. It's just the kind of guy that wins a FedEx Cup. It's not the Brysons. It's not the. I guess it is like the JTs and the Rorys, but I like Webb. Okay, that's a hill I'll die on.
Peter, what do you got?
Well, Jason, you stole my pick with Rory. I think that's a really sharp call. I expect him to compete this week, and he's my favorite outright bet. So he wins this week. He catapults up, and I think there's tremendous value on Rory, who has 2 FedEx Cup wins, like you mentioned. But if you're going to steal my pick, I'll steal your guy, who we're both equally bullish on, and that's Jason Day. You're getting long odds on Jason Day. And again, we've done analysis on him already, but he's a complete player when healthy, drives it amazing, great wedge player. And for a stretch of time, he was the best putter in the world by a large margin. I can see him getting really hot with a flat stick, and that's how you win a FedEx Cup. So Jason Day, 50-1 in some places is a pretty nice bet, and I think there's some value there.
Yeah, I think there's a ton of value. And remember, all he has to do is, if he goes and wins this week, he's right there near the top of the points list, and then go to East Lake in a couple of weeks and kill it there. And it's very possible. All right, only a few minutes left, guys. We got to run through this, but we've got our perfect portfolio.
like him this week. Like you said, he's a FedEx Cup champion. He gets hot and he wins, and it just would not shock me. I like him at 55-1 this week, so I'm going to put a whole 6 smackaroos on the past FedEx Cup champion and Florida Gator. $2 is going to go on Alex Noren. I'm kind of shocked that none of us have mentioned Noren. I'm a huge Noren fan, mainly because I like his face, but actually that was like 10 years ago. People get old and stuff. It's weird, but I really like him. I mean, he has like 1 million European Tour wins. Something's got to give. At plus 800 for a top 10 finish, I'm putting $2 on Alex Noren. And for $2 at 20-1 odds, I'm going to put it on Sepp Straka for a top 10 finish. His putting stats are incredible on bent greens. If you look at that compared to POA and Bermuda, you're going to be like, oh my God, this guy can putt on these greens. He's kind of fallen out of form recently, but I really think that a good putting week could kind of bring him back. Like I said, he loves bent greens, and I think the Northeast is a great place for him to play golf.
I like it. Out of the box thinking there. That's well done, Amanda. I'm going no surprise. I'm taking half of this hundo and throwing it right on my boy Jason Day this week. He's moved from about 26-1 to start the week to 20-1, which means I might have thrown a few of those on him already to move that line. Yeah, trust me, I ain't moving lines. But I do like him with half of that money. I'm going $25, as I mentioned earlier, on Russell Henley for that top 30, 2-1 this week. And then last week, I had Harold Varner III as first-round leader, and he was tied, 3-way tie, first-round leader, which was nice. This
Did
week,
it bump you out?
Phil Mickelson, $25 on Phil Mickelson at 90-1 for that first-round lead. Let's go, Phil. All right, let's get to long shot, no shot. Only a couple minutes left, so we got to get to this. Amanda, we are giving out a fancy golf bet hat. We've seen yours already. I don't have a black one. I might trade with you because I got the white one here. But we want to know our viewers' best, worst bets for this week's Northern Trust. What you got? The worst one gets one of these hats.
So our runner-up was a bet on Herman to go back-to-back. Now, I'm happy that a guy named Hermie with that posture is a PGA Tour winner, okay? However, I don't think he's going to go back-to-back this week. He might surprise us, but I don't think it's going to happen. However, our winner, Bumpin' It is going to be a bet on Graham McDowell. He's 113th in points this week, so he needs a huge week to make it on. But I kind of like him this week. I think he has a chance. So that's our winner. You get to win the hat on Jason's head. Congratulations.
I'm not giving away my hat, Amanda. Why can't he win your hat? You gave it away.
No, but I've worked really hard to fix the brim.
Oh, all right. This one kind of, yeah, I'll get there. Could always go with my other Action Network hat. Anyway.
And Pete doesn't get a hat because he barely works here. No, I'm kidding.
Here we go. How's that look? Is that a
You
good
look
look,
Allen
guys?
Iverson right now. We talking about
Thank
practice?
you. Practice? We're talking about practice. We're talking about giveaway. That's what we're talking about. Because we got one more. We've got a TaylorMade sim driver to give away, just like we did last week. The very same sim driver that Colin Morikawa used to win the PGA Championship. He hit a good shot with it at some point. It helped him make an eagle. I don't know. It was a while ago. Our winner is at Carl Spackler 80. You can't make this up. At Carl Spackler 80. You are the winner for this week's giveaway.
It's a Cinderella story.
He's got that going for him, which is nice. Oh, Carl. I'm so happy for Carl Spackler. Pete, you got a Carl Spackler line you like?
I don't have a line I like, but congrats on the driver.
He's going to probably have to tell us his real name at some point, and I really, really hope his real name is Carl Spackler. How cool would that be? So congratulations to Mr. Spackler for winning the TaylorMade Sim Driver, and good luck to all of you betting on this week's Northern Trust starting tomorrow morning. Can't wait for the playoffs are finally underway. For Amanda Rose, for Peter Jennings, I'm Jason Sobel. Good luck this week, and here's hoping you guys all hit the green.